Hey there, I'm going to share some awesome ways to make money from home that literally anyone can do. And when I say anyone, I mean you. Even if you've never had a job before. Listen up if you're a student trying to make some cash between classes, someone taking care of kids at home, just looking for extra money on the side, still searching for your dream job, or just want the freedom to work in your PJs. Who doesn't? These jobs are super flexible. You can do them whenever and wherever you want. No fancy degree needed, no awkward interviews, just straight up ways to start earning money online. I'm going to tell you exactly where to find these jobs, how much money you can make, what you need to get started. Spoiler, it's not much. And how to actually apply. So grab your phone or laptop, maybe something to take notes with, and let's get started. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one. I'm about to spill all the tea on these entry-level remote jobs that are always hiring. All right, first up is this super cool gig at Lowe's, a sales specialist. And don't worry, you won't be lifting heavy boxes or anything. They're looking for people to help customers from home. And get this, it pays between 15 and 20 bucks an hour. Not bad, right? So here's the deal. You'll basically be like a customer's bestie, helping them out when they're confused about stuff or have problems with their orders. Maybe someone can't find the right type of paint or they're wondering where their delivery is. You'll be the hero who saves the day. What's awesome about this job is that you can work flexible hours, perfect if you've got other stuff going on. You get sweet discounts at Lowe's, hello, home makeover. And there's actually room to move up in the company now. I know what you're thinking, but I've never had a job before. Here's a little secret. You totally have experience they want. You just don't realize it. Ever helped your mom figure out how to use her phone? Solved a problem between friends? Stayed cool when your little sister was having a meltdown? Boom. That's exactly what they're looking for. Just regular people who know how to talk to other people and keep their cool when things get crazy. When you apply, just talk about times you've helped people out, even if it wasn't in a store. Maybe you organized a school event or helped your neighbor figure out their Wi-Fi. That stuff totally counts. Pro tip. They love people who can work with a team and stay super chill when things get stressful. So definitely mention that in your application. Next up, we've got Comcast looking for customer care representatives to help their business customers. And check this out, you can make between 16 and 22 bucks an hour. That's some serious cash for a work-from-home gig. Here's what's cool about this one. You don't need to know everything about cable TV or internet stuff when you start. They'll teach you all that. You'll be helping business owners with their services, either by phone or chat, your choice. Think of it like being a tech-savvy friend who helps people figure stuff out. The perks are pretty sweet. You get actual health benefits. Dentist visits, anyone? The pay is really solid, and you can totally work your way up the ladder now. Here's the fun part. You know how you're always helping your family fix their Wi-Fi or explaining how Netflix works? That's exactly the kind of experience they want. If you can, explain things without using complicated words. Type decent enough to send messages, use a computer without breaking it. Kidding, kind of. Then you're already halfway there. Here's a little insider tip. When you're applying, don't freak out about the whole business customer thing. These are just regular people trying to run their shops and restaurants. They need help just like anyone else. When you interview, they might ask stuff like, what would you do if someone's internet went down during their busy hour? Just think about how you'd want someone to help you if you were stressed out about something similar. Being calm and friendly goes a long way. And don't worry if you're not some tech genius. They care way more about you being good with people and willing to learn. If you can figure out new apps on your phone, you can totally handle their systems. So let me dive deeper into this. Lumen Technologies' job is seriously one of the coolest entry-level tech jobs out there right now. Okay, So what will a technical support representative actually be doing? Imagine being like a tech work from your bedroom, kitchen, wherever they give you actual training, no throwing you into the deep end. Now, before you start thinking, but I'm not techie enough, listen up. You don't need to be some computer genius. If you can, follow instructions on YouTube. Videos explain things to other people without getting frustrated. Stay calm when things get a bit crazy. Use Google to find answers. We all do it. Then you've already got what it takes. Here's a pro tip for landing this job. Start paying attention to how your own internet and phone work. Like, what do you do when your Wi-Fi acts up? How do you fix it when your phone's being weird? Boom, that's the kind of stuff you'll be helping with. And when you're interviewing, use regular words to explain tech stuff instead of saying, establish network connectivity. Just say, help people get their internet working. They love that. Remember, they're not looking for some tech wizard who speaks in computer code. They want regular people who can help other regular people fix their tech problems. If you're the person friends and family come to for help with their phones or computers, you're already halfway there. And get this, once you're in, you can totally move up in the company. Today, you're helping fix internet problems. Tomorrow, you could be running the whole support team. How cool is that? All right, let me tell you about this amazing opportunity at the Signa Group. And don't run away when I say insurance, because a claims representative is actually pretty cool. They're paying between $18 and $24 an hour just to help process claims from home. That's like getting paid to be a super organized detective. And the best part? You don't need to know anything about insurance right now. They'll teach you everything. So what would you actually do? Well, it's kind of like being a puzzle solver. People send in their medical bills. You help figure out what insurance covers, make sure everything's filled out right, let people know what's going on with their claims. Here's why this job is actually pretty sweet. You can work in your favorite sweatpants. They give you really good training. It's perfect if you like organizing stuff, and you're helping real people get their medical bills sorted out. Now I know what you're thinking, but I don't know anything about insurance. Here's a secret. Nobody does when they start. If you can, keep track of details, like remembering everyone's coffee order. Stay organized, like planning a birthday party. Be good with paperwork, like filling out school forms. Use a computer without having a meltdown. Then you're exactly what they're looking for. Here's a sneaky tip for the interview. Talk about times you've had to be super organized. Maybe you planned a family reunion, kept track of group project deadlines, organized a fundraiser, managed your family's calendar. That stuff totally counts as experience. And get this. Insurance companies are always growing, which means there's tons of room to move up. You might start processing claims, but you could end up running a whole department one day. Remember, they're not looking for insurance experts. They want people who are detail-oriented and ready to learn. If you're the type of person who likes checking things off lists and keeping everything in order, this could be your perfect work-from-home job. Okay, let's talk about another super chill way to dive into the remote work world with zero experience. OneForma. If you've never heard of it, it's this platform where you can snag entry-level gigs that let you work on your own schedule. Perfect for anyone who's tired of the 9-to-5 grind or just wants to make some extra cash without leaving the couch. So, what's the deal with OneForma? Basically, you'll be doing tasks like data collection and content evaluation. That's a fancy way of saying stuff like organizing info, rating content, or helping train AI. Nothing too wild, but it's the kind of work that companies actually need to get done, and they'll pay you to do it. What makes this gig pretty sweet is the flexibility. You're not chained to a desk all day. You can work mornings, evenings, in your PJs, whatever works for you. Plus, you're not stuck doing the same thing over and over. There are a variety of projects to keep things interesting. One week, you might be helping improve search engine results. The next, you're testing out new apps. It's never boring. Now, what about skills? Don't worry, you don't need to be a tech wizard to get started. If you can pay attention to details and know your way around a computer, you're good to go. Think basic stuff like using a mouse, navigating websites, or working with files. Easy peasy, right? Let's talk numbers. The pay varies depending on the project, but you can usually expect somewhere between $10 and $20 an hour. Not bad for something you can do from your kitchen table while sipping coffee. Some projects might even pay more, depending on how complex they are. Now here's the real deal. How do you actually land these gigs? First up, sign up on OneForma and fill out your profile completely. Don't skip any sections or leave it half done. Think of it like your remote job resume. The more detailed your profile is, the better your chances of getting picked for projects. Companies want to see that you're ready to roll. Next, keep an eye out for new tasks. Be proactive. These gigs can go fast, so if you see something that catches your eye, don't sit on it. Apply right away. Even if you're new, showing enthusiasm and being quick to jump on opportunities can set you apart. Now, let's switch gears and talk about another great option, NextRep. If you're the type who's great at chatting with people or solving problems, this one's right up your alley. With NextRep, you'll be providing customer service support via phone or chat for a variety of clients. It's all remote, so you can work from home and even set your own schedule. That's right, you get to decide when you work. Morning person? Cool. Night owl? Also cool. It's super flexible. Here's what you need to succeed: strong communication skills and a knack for customer service. If you've ever worked retail, been a server, or just have a talent for helping people, you're already ahead of the game. Highlight that experience on your application, even if it's informal. The pay? Pretty solid. You can make around $15 to $25 an hour depending on your performance. So, the better you are at handling calls or chats, the more you can earn. If you're interested, here's how to stand out. Polish up your resume and make sure you emphasize any customer service background. Even if it's just helping out at a family business or volunteering, it counts. Then, practice common customer service scenarios before your interview. Think things like handling tough customers or answering common questions, just so you're ready to impress. Let's talk about another great option, Smith.ai. This gig is perfect if you're good at talking to people and staying organized. At Smith.ai, you'll work as a virtual receptionist. Basically, you'll handle phone calls and messages for clients. It's like being the friendly voice that keeps their business running smoothly. You'll remind clients about appointments, take messages, and sometimes even help answer customer questions. It's a cool way to work with all kinds of businesses, so you're always learning something new. Plus, you can do all this right from your couch. No commuting, no dress code. The best part? The hours are super flexible. Want to work mornings? Go for it. Prefer late nights? That's cool too. You've got the freedom to plan your work around your life, not the other way around. And the pay? Pretty sweet for remote work. You can earn anywhere from $15 to $25 an hour. The better you get at managing calls and multitasking, the more likely you'll land on the higher end of that range. Not bad for a job where you can work in sweatpants. So how do you land a spot with Smith.ai? First, show them you've got what it takes to juggle multiple tasks at once. Mention any experience you have with organizing or helping customers, even if it's just planning events for friends or answering calls at a part-time job. Companies love seeing practical skills, even if it's not from a fancy office gig. Also, brush up on basic phone etiquette and practice handling common customer service situations. You know, stuff like staying calm if someone's frustrated or politely transferring a call. These little details can make a big difference during your interview. And don't worry, you don't need a ton of experience to impress them. Just be ready to show off your friendly personality and ability to stay organized, even when things get busy. Let's talk about another awesome remote job option, hotelplanner.com. If you've got a knack for helping people and love the idea of working in the travel world, this could be a great fit. At hotelplanner.com, your main job is to assist customers with booking hotel rooms and fixing any issues they might have with their reservations. Think of yourself as the go-to person who helps them find the perfect place to stay, whether it's for a vacation, a work trip, or something in between. It's all about making the booking process smooth and stress-free for the customer. The perks? First off, you get to work from home, so no traffic jams or rushing out the door in the morning. On top of that, there's a chance to earn commissions. That means the more bookings you help with, the more money you can make. It's a solid way to boost your income while enjoying the flexibility of remote work. Now, let's talk about what you'll need to succeed. Customer service skills are a must, since you'll be dealing with people all day.
You don't need to be a travel expert right away because they provide training, but being comfortable with travel booking systems will definitely help. If you've ever booked your own trips online, you've already got a head start. As for pay, you can expect around $14 to $20 an hour, plus those commission opportunities we mentioned earlier. So if you're great at helping customers and closing bookings, your earnings can add up nicely. So how do you land the gig? First, show your passion for travel and helping people. Maybe mention a time you planned an amazing trip for yourself, or helped someone else figure out travel plans. Companies love seeing that you're genuinely interested in what they do. Also, be ready to talk about your problem-solving skills during the interview. They'll want to know how you'd handle things like a double booking or a customer needing last-minute changes. Practice a few examples so you can show them you've got what it takes to handle tricky situations with ease and a positive attitude. Now let's dive into another fantastic remote opportunity, Trailstone Insurance Group. If you're organized, detail-oriented, and love helping people, this could be a great fit for you. At Trailstone Insurance Group, your main job is to process insurance claims. This means keeping track of claims, talking to clients to update them about their claim status, and making sure everything follows the rules and regulations. It's like being the behind-the-scenes superhero who makes sure everything runs smoothly for clients dealing with insurance. The benefits? You get to work from home, which means more time for yourself and less time commuting. Plus, they offer solid training programs to teach you everything you need to know about insurance processes. Even if you're new to this field, they'll help you get up to speed. Pay-wise, you're looking at $18 to $24 an hour. That's pretty great for a job that you can do from the comfort of your home office, or even your kitchen table. To land this job, highlight any experience you have with admin work or customer service. Maybe you've worked as an office assistant or helped customers in another role. Those skills totally apply here. Even if you're new to insurance, showing that you're eager to learn can make a big difference. Also, during the interview, be ready to show off your organizational skills. Talk about how you stay on top of tasks, meet deadlines, and keep everything in order. If you've ever had to deal with paperwork or manage multiple tasks at once, bring that up. It'll show them you're ready to handle the job like a pro. Now let's check out another cool remote job at Scribe America. This one's perfect if you've got fast typing skills and want to get your foot in the door of the healthcare world. At Scribe America, your job is to work as a medical scribe. What does that mean? Well, you'll be documenting patient visits for doctors and other healthcare providers. Basically, you're helping them keep track of all the important details from their appointments. You'll write down what the patient says, the doctor's recommendations, and any follow-up plans. It's like being the doctor's right-hand person, making sure nothing gets missed. One of the biggest perks of this job is the flexible schedule. You can often choose hours that work best for you, which is super helpful if you've got other commitments. Plus, it's an amazing way to gain experience in the healthcare field. If you're thinking about a career in medicine, this job will give you a solid start and a ton of insight into how things work behind the scenes. As for pay, you can expect to earn around $15 to $25 an hour. It's pretty good, especially since you don't need a ton of experience to get started. They even provide training to teach you the basics of medical terminology and how to document patient encounters properly. So, how do you make sure you land the job? First, show that you're a quick learner who can adapt to new situations. If you've ever had to pick up new skills on the fly, mention that. They'll love hearing about your ability to handle challenges. It's also a good idea to take an online medical terminology course before you apply. You don't need to be an expert, but having some basic knowledge will give you a head start and show the company that you're serious about the role. And of course, highlight your attention to detail and typing skills. These are super important for the job. If you can prove you're accurate and efficient, you'll be a top candidate for sure. Now let's take a look at another meaningful remote job. Working as a funeral sales specialist through ZipRecruiter, LinkedIn, or Indeed. If you're someone who's empathetic, a great listener, and also good at sales, this job could be perfect for you. As a funeral sales specialist, your main job is to help families choose funeral services and products that meet their needs during a difficult time. You'll be providing compassionate support while guiding them through their options. It's about being there for people when they need help the most and making a tough process feel a little easier for them. The benefits? This job gives you a chance to make a real difference in people's lives. On top of that, there's also the potential to earn commissions on the sales you make.
so your hard work can really pay off. For this role, you'll need empathy above all else. Families are dealing with sensitive situations, so being kind, patient, and understanding is super important. Strong communication skills are also a must since you'll be explaining services and helping families make decisions. And if you've got experience in sales, that's a big bonus. Pay-wise, you can expect to make around $18 to $30 an hour, plus commissions. If you're good at connecting with people and guiding them through the process, those commissions can add up nicely. So, how do you land the job? Highlight any experience you have in sales or customer service, especially if you've handled delicate situations before. Maybe you've worked in retail, helped people make big decisions, or even just have a history of being a great listener. Share examples of times you've shown empathy and patience. Also, get ready for the interview by practicing how you talk about sensitive topics. Show that you can stay calm, supportive, and professional, even in emotional situations. If you can prove you're both compassionate and skilled at guiding people, you'll stand out as the perfect candidate for this role. Now, let's move on to an exciting tech-focused remote job, working as a WordPress support technician for WP Tech Support. If you're into websites and love troubleshooting, this could be your dream gig. As a WordPress support technician, your main job is to help WordPress users solve problems with their websites. Whether it's fixing bugs, troubleshooting issues, or walking someone through how to make updates, you'll be the person they rely on to keep things running smoothly. It's like being the tech wizard who saves the day for website owners. The benefits of this job: for starters, you get to work from home, which is always a win. You'll also have flexible hours, so you can fit the job around your life instead of the other way around. Plus, it's an amazing chance to sharpen your technical skills and learn more about web development. If you've ever wanted to dive deeper into the world of WordPress, this is your chance. In terms of pay, you're looking at around $15 to $25 an hour. The exact amount will depend on your experience and skill level, but it's a solid rate for remote work, and if you're good at what you do, there's always room to grow. So, what skills do you need? Basic knowledge of WordPress is a must. If you've ever built a site or blog on WordPress, you've already got a great foundation. Strong problem-solving skills are also super important because you'll be helping people troubleshoot and fix their site issues. Don't worry if you're not a total expert yet. Many companies provide training to get you up to speed. To land this job, one great tip is to create a simple WordPress site or blog before you apply. Think of it as your portfolio. Even if it's just a personal project, it shows that you know your way around WordPress and can handle the basics. All right, let's talk about one awesome job opportunity. Tech data service company. They're hiring for an entry-level statistics validator position. And guess what? You don't need a ton of experience to apply. It's a perfect gig if you're looking to break into the data world. Your main job will be to validate statistical data. Basically, you'll check if the numbers, charts, and reports are correct and match the standards set by the clients or government rules. It's kind of like being a detective for data, making sure everything adds up and nothing is off track. You can do this from the comfort of your home. No need to commute or deal with office distractions. Even if you don't have much background in data or statistics, this job will give you valuable experience that could open doors to even better opportunities in data analysis or tech-related fields. You'll need a basic understanding of statistics. You don't need to be a math wizard, but knowing some basic concepts like averages, percentages, and trends will help you a lot. Attention to detail is key. This job involves checking data closely. So if you're the type who notices little things that others might miss, you're already ahead. You can expect to earn around $20 to $30 per hour, depending on your experience level. If you're just starting out, it'll probably be closer to the $20 in range, but as you gain experience, you can work your way up. To get the job, brush up on your stats. If you're not super confident in your statistical knowledge, don't worry. There are plenty of free online resources and beginner courses you can take to get the basics down before applying. It's a good idea to get comfortable with basic things like mean, median, mode, and standard deviation. If you feel like you need more guidance, an introductory course on statistics can really boost your confidence and help you stand out as a candidate. You don't need to get a fancy degree. Just a solid understanding of the basics will do. This job is a great starting point if you want to dip your toes into the world of remote work and data analysis. Plus, with remote work being such a big deal right now, it's definitely a win-win. So, here's a cool job you might want to check out with Robert Half Inc. They're hiring for a documentation writer role. It's a pretty solid gig if you love writing and breaking down information in a way that others can easily understand. The main thing you'll be doing is writing documentation for business processes. That could mean creating guides, manuals, instructions, or other types of documents that explain how things work in the company. It's all about making sure the info is clear and easy to follow, but also that it sticks to the company's standards. It's like being the person who helps everyone figure out the rules and systems they need to follow in a company. The best part? You can work remotely. Robert Half is known for offering flexible work from home options, so if you're not into the whole commuting thing, this could be perfect for you. Plus, it's a pretty reputable company, so there are lots of chances to move up the ladder if you do well in the job. They like to promote from within, which is always a plus. Now, about the skills you'll need. First and foremost, you've got to have strong writing skills, but it doesn't mean you need to be a pro at writing novels or anything like that. You just need to be able to clearly explain things. It's all about simplicity, making sure people can understand the processes you're describing without getting lost in jargon or technical stuff. Being familiar with documentation tools could help, but honestly, it's not a deal breaker if you don't know them. Most companies, including Robert Half, offer a training, so if you don't know the tools, you can probably pick them up pretty quickly once you get the job. In terms of pay, you can expect to earn anywhere from $20 to $35 an hour, depending on your experience. If you've done something similar before, you might start on the higher end of that range. But if you're newer to this kind of work, you'll still be making a good wage while you learn the ropes. If you want to land the job, the best thing you can do is show off your writing, even if you don't have direct documentation experience. Writing samples, where you've had to explain complex stuff, clearly will go a long way. Think of any time you've written about something complicated, like explaining a process or summarizing information, and use that to show how you can take big ideas and make them easy to understand. If you don't have any experience yet, maybe try doing some personal projects to build a portfolio. Overall, it's a pretty straightforward role, and if you've got a passion for writing and a knack for making things clear for others, this could be an awesome fit for you. And hey, the remote work option is just the cherry on top. Okay, here's another job that might be up your alley. Pitcherberry LLC is looking for a database administrator. Now, you might think a database admin job sounds a little technical, but don't sweat it. You don't need to be a full-on expert to get started in this role. Basically, your job would be to help manage databases, so making sure the data is accurate, secure, and easy to access when people need it. Think of it like being the organizer for all the important info that a company relies on. You'll make sure everything's running smoothly, so others can get to the data they need without any issues. One of the best parts? A remote work is an option with this gig, so you can skip the commute and work from home. Plus, working in a database management role gives you valuable experience that could open the door to even more advanced positions in the tech world down the line. To succeed in this role, you'll need to have a basic understanding of database concepts. Don't worry, you don't need to be a coding pro just yet. If you've heard of terms like SQL or relational databases, that's a good start. But if you're not familiar with that stuff, no worries. There are tons of free online courses that'll teach you the basics, and some employers even offer training once you get hired. The pay for this role ranges from about $25 to $40 per hour, depending on how much experience you have. If you're new to the field, you'll likely be on the lower end. But as you gain more experience and knowledge, you'll be able to bump that up. If you're interested in this, I'd say start learning the fundamentals of database management before applying. Even just taking a beginner's course will help you feel more confident when you start the application process. And trust me, once you're in, it's a great way to level up and move into more advanced roles later on. Alright, let's talk about an exciting opportunity with Root Inc. They're looking for an actuarial analyst, which is basically a job that mixes math, statistics, and a little bit of insurance knowledge. If you've got a head for numbers and enjoy diving into data, this could be a great fit. In this role, your main job is to analyze statistical data related to insurance risks. You'll use mathematical models to figure out things like how likely certain events, like accidents or health issues, are to happen and how much risk a company might be taking on. Then, you'll help prepare reports based on your findings. This is where you'll explain everything in a way that the company can understand and use to make decisions. The cool part about this gig is the growth potential in the insurance industry. Insurance is a big deal, and the more experience you get in this field, the more opportunities you'll have to level up in your career. Plus, remote work options are available for many roles at Root, so you could be doing this job from home if that's your thing. To be successful in this job, you'll need strong analytical skills. You're going to be looking at a lot of data, so being comfortable working with numbers is key. A background in mathematics or statistics will definitely help, but even if you don't have a ton of experience, you could get some training on the job. So, if you're willing to learn, that's a huge plus. As for pay, this position typically ranges from $60,000 to $80,000 a year, depending on how qualified you are. If you've got a solid math or statistics background, you'll be closer to the higher end of that range. If you want to land this job, it'll help to show that you've got some experience with math or stats, even if it's just through school or personal projects. And if you've worked with any kind of data analysis or risk modeling before, definitely mention that. Don't worry if you're not an expert right now. Companies like Root are often willing to train someone who's motivated and has the right skills. This is a really great opportunity for someone who loves working with numbers and wants to dive into a career that can grow over time. Plus, if you're into remote work, it's a solid perk. Let's dive into the lead management coordinator role at Govcio LLC. It's a solid opportunity, especially if you're looking to get into remote work with some room to grow. As a lead management coordinator, your main task will be to manage and track leads that come from marketing campaigns. Marketing teams often generate a lot of leads through ads, emails, and other outreach efforts, and it's your job to ensure these leads get followed up on in a timely manner. This could mean reaching out to potential clients, making sure they're nurtured through the sales funnel, or just keeping track of the progress. You'll also have to track conversions, meaning you'll be looking at how many of those leads turn into actual sales or clients. It's all about making sure the marketing efforts don't go to waste and that every lead gets the attention it deserves. The best part about this position is the work-from-home flexibility. With so many remote jobs available now, this one lets you skip the commute and work from wherever you feel most productive, whether that's your kitchen table or a cozy home office. Plus, professional development opportunities are built into the role. Profcio LLC is likely to offer resources or support to help you level up your skills, so you can continue to grow within the company and the role. This is especially useful for anyone wanting to climb the ladder in a sales or marketing-related career. To excel in this role, the most important skill you'll need is organization. You'll be juggling different leads, tracking their progress, and making sure that no opportunities slip through the cracks. Being able to manage your time effectively and stay on top of your tasks will be crucial. CRM software knowledge is another plus. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management, and these tools help companies keep track of interactions with customers and potential leads. Even if you've never worked with a CRM system before, don't worry. Training can usually be provided, but it helps if you have a basic understanding of how these tools work. If you've ever used software like Salesforce or HubSpot, that would be a bonus. This role typically pays around $20 to $30 per hour, depending on your experience level. This is a pretty good starting wage for entry-level remote work, and as you gain more experience, you could potentially see pay raises or even move into more senior roles within the company. If you're someone who likes to stay busy and work with people, this is an opportunity to not just do your job, but to grow with the company. To stand out when applying for this role, you'll want to highlight any previous experience you have with managing leads or customer interactions. If you've worked in sales, customer service, or even helped out in some marketing projects before, make sure to mention that. The ability to show that you're already comfortable working with people, understanding their needs, and helping guide them through a process will go a long way. If you've worked with any CRM software, even in a simple way, maybe you kept track of leads in a spreadsheet, definitely mention that too. And if you haven't used a CRM before but have worked with other tools, that's worth noting as well. Companies are often willing to train the right person, so don't let the lack of specific experience hold you back. This role is ideal for someone who's organized, detail-oriented, and enjoys working in a flexible remote environment. Plus, if you're looking to break into the world of sales, marketing, or customer relations, being a lead management coordinator is a great way to get your foot in the door. Okay, here's another interesting one. PwC is looking for a data taxonomy specialist. So, what's the deal with this job? Basically, you'll be helping organize data in the company's systems, making sure everything's sorted into the right categories. Think of it like cleaning up a messy closet, but with data. You'll be making sure all the info is in its right place, so it's easy to find and use later. Now, working for PwC is a pretty sweet opportunity. It's a well-known company, so there's room to grow and move up in your career. Plus, they offer a remote worker in many cases, so you can work from home or anywhere you're comfy. What do you need to get in on this? First, you gotta be detail-oriented, like super focused on making sure everything's in its place. You don't need to be a pro at data management yet, but if you've got some basic knowledge or experience, that's a plus. Don't worry if you don't have it all figured out. They'll likely give you some training to get you up to speed. As far as pay goes, expect $25 to $40 per hour depending on your experience. If you've done something similar before, you could be looking at the higher end. If you're new to the game, it'll probably be closer to $25, and which is still not bad at all. To land the job, just make sure you show off your attention to detail. Even if you haven't worked with data before, think about any past jobs or projects where you had to keep things organized or follow specific processes. If you've got those skills, let them shine through. This gig is perfect for someone who likes to stay organized and wants to work for a top company like PwC. Plus, the remote work and pay aren't too shabby either. So, here's another interesting gig you might want to look into with Guru. They're on the lookout for a user manual writer, and this could be a good fit if you enjoy writing, but also like having a bit of structure to your work. In this role, you'll be creating user manuals and documentation for all kinds of products and services. This could mean writing step-by-step instructions on how to use software, setting up gadgets, or even helping people troubleshoot things that aren't working right. The idea is to make sure the person using the product knows exactly what to do and doesn't get confused along the way. One of the best parts? You get flexibility in how you work. No clocking in at a set time every day. And if you're someone who likes working when it works best for you, this could be a win. Plus, you might get to do some creative writing projects, depending on what you're writing about. So it's not all dry instructions. There's room for some fun creativity in there. For the skills, you'll definitely need good writing skills. You want to be clear and direct, so people don't get lost in your instructions. Being detail-oriented is also super important, because the last thing you want is to leave out an important step that could mess someone up. If you've got experience with technical writing, that's a nice bonus, but no worries if you don't. It might offer some training to help you get the hang of it. As far as pay goes, it usually varies depending on the project, but you can expect to make 20 to 35 bucks per hour. Bigger projects or more complicated ones might pay more. And if you're just starting, you might find yourself on the lower end of that scale. But it's still a solid range. To land the job, definitely include writing samples with your application. Even if you haven't written manuals before, anything you've written that's clear and organized will show them you're up to the task. Think about including any guides, how-tos, or even well-organized blog posts you've done. The goal is to show that you can explain things in a simple, easy-to-understand way. This job could be a great way to dive into technical writing. And if you enjoy breaking things down for people and helping them figure out how stuff works, it's a pretty awesome gig to consider. Plus, the flexibility is a big bonus. Thanks for watching.